During the 20th century, North American trade unions focused on maintaining solidarity or cohesion. But in the final decades of the century, outside events caused that cohesion to erode. Today, the Canadian Union of Skilled Workers is redefining cohesion for a new era. Hello, my name is Janet Stewart, and I'm a proud member of the Canadian Union of Skilled Workers. Welcome to another 21st Century Insight. Let's travel back in time to a union hall somewhere in North America around about the year 1990. Back then, workers organized to bargain with employers over wages, hours, fringe benefits, job security, and working conditions. To counteract employers, unions often defined themselves by occupation. Steel workers, auto workers, and electrical workers, for example. Workers rallied around the most successful unions, and the biggest ones became known as big dog institutions. But in the last quarter of the 20th century, the world began to shrink. The economy went global. Governments struck free trade agreements, sparking the flight of capital to low-cost countries. And the explosion in digital media gave people new ways to communicate and conduct business. Those forces had an effect on the workplace. In the face of this dramatic change, the big dogs lost a lot of their appeal. People began to question the utility of unions, and North American workers abandoned traditional unions in droves. Well, the world may have changed, but unions were far from dead. Around the same time, Harvard professor Richard Freeman published a book called "What Do Unions Do?" He argued unions could serve a greater purpose than just battling with employers. They were, in his words, beneficial institutions. His research showed unions improve the workplace, increase productivity, and reduce economic inequality, among other things. Freeman also sparked a rethink of what a union is, and over time, a new definition emerged. A modern union is a group of workers who join together in an organization to improve their working conditions and help promote the group's common interests. In the 21st century, unions have an opportunity to live up to that definition. But the environment in which we operate presents a new challenge. Building unity based solely on the fight against employers just doesn't make sense, nor does it make sense to build unity based on the kind of work we do. The definition of cohesion has to recognize that modern union workers have roles to play in both the workplace and in their communities. At CUSW, we believe cohesion lies in working with a common purpose to meet our needs as members as well as those of our employer and community partners. We don't live in utopia. There are still many risks in our world. A major one is that workers might focus on their own interests at the expense of the group. That's why we have to be aware of and support the new definition of cohesion: the tendency of a group to be in unity while they work towards a common goal. We are living and working in a time of great transition. Major shifts are taking place in our economy, in the way work is organized, and in the way that it is managed. A shared sense of cohesion can unite us and make it easier for us to move forward. We know who we are, we know where we want to go, and if we work in unity, there is no limit to what we can achieve. Collaboration is key to positive and productive worker-employer relationships. Yet the stance of some union members and employers is still us against them. How can we as CUSW members smash the barriers created by outdated thinking? To find out, watch the next episode of 21st Century Insights. Bye for now.